Today we're going to show you the basics of color channels in Photoshop, which are used to cut out objects with soft edges and make amazing color effects. Hello and welcome to Phlearn. My name is Aaron Nace and today is all about channels. And these days they have two main uses: cutting out objects that have soft or delicate or very intricate edges, perfect for channels, and also creating some interesting color effects. So in these examples, we're going to be cutting out clouds from the sky and then placing them into another photograph. And then we're going to show you how to create these cool, interesting color effects that can't really be done anyway else. So we're starting off with our image here with these clouds in the sky. Now you can see there's a ton of detail here in the clouds, and I want to capture all this detail, but I don't want any of the blue. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to window right up here and then down here to channels. Okay, now with our channels, this is kind of a feature that's been around in Photoshop forever and ever and ever. But basically what it does is it breaks your image into the different color channels visually. So you have RGB, which is the red, green, and blue channel combined. You can click on just the red channel and you're gonna see the information in your image, which is red. And you can see the sky, we know it's a blue sky. The sky doesn't have a lot of red in it. That's why it's dark, okay? Now, if I go to green, the sky doesn't have a lot of green in it. It's a little bit lighter, but if I go to blue, boom, the sky has a lot of blue in it, so it's really light. So basically it's using the amount of color that makes up this image and it's gonna represent it in dark or light. So what we're looking for is contrast here because we wanna make a selection. So what's the biggest contrast? Is it the blue? Is it the green? Or is it the red? That's right, this is the red channel. So in the red channel, we had a big contrast between light and dark, and we can use that to make a selection. So here's how we're gonna do it. All you have to do is go to your color channel. You're gonna click and drag this right down here. Do you see this plus icon? You see that plus icon? Boom, and then we have a red copy. Okay, so we copied that color channel. Now, we're working on contrast. Again, we want dark and light. That contrast is gonna help us make that selection. So we want to enhance that contrast, and that's where we're going to use levels. So let's hit Control or Command L for our levels. So Control or Command L is going to bring up our levels right here on the channel, and then I can simply grab my middle slider and we can just drag that up, and here now look at all that contrast. So this is really dark and really light. We're looking great. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Now, the thing we want to keep in mind is these channels, they're used for making selections, okay? The dark area doesn't get selected. The light area does get selected. So how do we turn this into a selection? Two ways. You can literally just hold Control or Command and click here on the thumbnail, boop, and you can see we have a selection. Or you can go right down to this icon right down here and then turn it into selection. Keep in mind, it's gonna select the light areas, not the dark areas. So in this case, it's selecting out the clouds. Cool. We're gonna go back to our layers panel, okay? I can simply make my background layer invisible. I don't really need it for now. Let's create a new layer here to put that background layer invisible. And I have a selection of what are the clouds. So clouds are white for the most part, right? So what we wanna do is just fill this selection with the color white, and it's gonna be a pure white selection. It's gonna be beautiful. So we're gonna go to Edit. We're gonna go down to Fill, and here where our contents, we're gonna choose white and hit OK. Boom, there we go. Now we can hit Control or Command D to deselect, and here we can see we have just these white clouds, and they're perfectly cut out, and we have 100%, we have all the information of the clouds, and they're on a perfectly transparent background. So if you need to cut out something with a soft edge, this does work for hair, this works for fur, this works for anything with a soft edge. As long as you got that contrast, you can cut it out and it's gonna be perfect. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna take this clouds layer. I'm gonna literally click on this layer and I'm gonna drag it up to this other document that I have of the building. There we go, and click it there. And you can see, wow, look at this. We have those clouds perfectly cut out from the dark background. And the reason I love channels is because, like, look at this selection. It's not grainy, it's not like refined in any way. Like we're not losing any information. This looks like 100% of all the details of those clouds. It's a really, really great way to make selections. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna hit Controller Command T for transform. Let's go over here where we said width and our height. I'm just gonna go ahead and make these clouds a little bit bigger so it kind of fills up that hole. There we go. And now we're just gonna add a layer mask. So let's go right over here. We're just gonna turn this layer off real quick. Let's click on the background layer, and then we can go right over here. We're just gonna go to our quick selection tool, draw a little thing right there, and it's just gonna select this area because it's a super easy area to select. It just selected, you know, basically the sky there. Okay, so now with that selected, let's go ahead and turn our cloud layer back on, click on that eyeball there, and then click on this layer. And we're just gonna click on our layer mask. So let's click on that layer mask and boom, that's literally all there is to it. So I was able to capture the clouds from one image using channels and then put this on this other image. Now you can see, maybe I didn't get it perfect right up at the top. That's not a big deal. What we're gonna do is here we have our layer and our layer mask. You can see I can highlight either one. Okay, what we wanna do is this chain link right between them, I wanna unlink that. That way I can move my layer and the layer mask is gonna stay in the same place. I can even make my layer a little bit bigger. If I want to rotate this, I can do that as well. I can get those clouds perfectly in the position that I want, and they're just gonna stay right there in that image. And this is just a beautiful way. It's using all the original information from my original sky, and we've literally just added those white clouds from the other photograph to this image, and you can see zoom in, perfect detail. I have everything that I need. So that's kind of the main use of channels, is when you have a detailed area with soft edges and you have contrast. White clouds, blue sky, perfect for channels. You can use that to cut it out. Light colored hair, dark background, channels are gonna be great. Dark colored hair, light background, channels are gonna be great. You need that contrast between light and dark to get you there, but you can use different colors. Like if you had blonde hair on a red background, boom, you could use the blue channel because the blue channel doesn't have any red in it. You could make that happen. So it works with light and dark, but also with color. Now, there is one more use of channels. It's a little bit more of a creative use. You're not gonna see this used a little bit, like it's more of a, you know, like a niche thing, but I figure I'd mention it because it's kind of fun. Okay, so we're gonna go to this color effects image, and we have this image, which I think is really, really fun. Now for this, let's go ahead and go into our channels, and we can simply click on each one of our channels. So if I click on RGB, we can see my image, red, green, and blue, all these combined. Okay, we can see just the red channel, just the green channel, and just the blue channel. Now, again, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit more. If I click on the blue channel, you can see the center of these flowers are pretty dark because they're actually yellow. And blue and yellow are kind of like the opposites in Photoshop. So of course, in my blue channel, these are gonna be dark. There's not much yellow in those, okay? So that's kind of one thing that we're talking about. Now, let's go ahead and duplicate one of these color channels, and we're gonna use it to create a cool effect. So let's take this blue channel. By the way, little note, you don't really ever wanna work on the color channels that come with your photo. It's always a good idea to duplicate them because it's not going to mess with the original photo. You can turn these off and on at any time. So let's duplicate it. We're gonna start by duplicating the blue channel. Let's click and drag here to duplicate the blue channel. Boom, duplicate that. And then we're gonna turn everything else on, and you're gonna say, whoa, we got something kind of funky here. But then I can go into this blue copy and I can hit Controller Command L again with my levels, and then I can start to do some interesting effects like this. We could bring it in here, and now I have this crazy weird red effect that's showing up in my shadows, and I can turn different ones of these layers off and on, and look at all these interesting effects. Like this is crazy stuff. Like, again, we just talked about, like, this is super artistic effects, but this is kind of like the only way that you can do these effects with a lot of control is by going through and turning these different color channels on, using your levels, and just kind of having fun with it. Like, I think this is just, I mean, this, I'm gonna hit F for full screen because, like, what? There's no other way you can make images like this other than duplicating your channels, working with levels, and then turning individual channels off and on. And this is not the only color effect. You can literally create any color effect that you have in mind. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more stand out, maybe just like a high art piece, some, it's not for an accurate portrait, but if you really just want like, some interesting color and art where it's like, whoa, cool, I want to just create some crazy colors, channels are a really fun way to do it. Just be sure to duplicate those original color channels, because if you duplicate them, here's what you get. You can still turn this layer off and on at any time, and you can just get right back to your original image, right? So there's no harm in doing this. Let's try one more time. I'm going to duplicate the green channel. Let's go ahead and duplicate that green channel. Okay, hit Control Command L. We'll go from the other side now. There we go. And then let's go ahead and turn all these on and then see what kind of other cool effects we have with duplicating our green channel. So just kind of playing with these. There we go. Let's hit this green copy. Just go even more. And then here we have a completely different kind of color effect that we've created. So I know this is a little bit less of a common usage that you would use with channels, but in my opinion, it's also a lot of fun. So I wanted to give you both the real common usage of cutting out an object like clouds, anything with a soft edge, perfect for channels. And then this color options, just a lot of fun, and you can play with it. Maybe you're just kind of like making a piece of art and you're good to go. Now, I do want to give you one note here. If you want to create these cool color effects with channels, you're gonna have to do a little bit more work to export it out, because Photoshop doesn't really have a great way to export out what you actually see. For instance, if I just go here to File, and then I go down to Export, and then I go to, let's just do a quick export as a PNG, and I'll just put this on my desktop as coloreffects.png. Let's go ahead and replace that there. Well, what we're going to get is actually, as you can see right here, coloreffects.png. It just looks like my original image, okay? Because there's no way to tell Photoshop, hey, when you export it, only turn off RGB, turn off green, only show me blue and blue copy. There's no way to actually tell Photoshop to just export the color channels that you're visually seeing. It just assumes you want to work with your image with the color channels, but you want to export all of the color channels. So here's what you got to do. It's a little bit annoying, but basically hit F for full screen and then hit Tab. Okay, so you can basically just like, see your entire image full screen. And then what I would do is like zoom into the highest resolution that I, basically possibly can, even if you need to break your image up into a couple pieces, and then do screenshots. I know. I wish there was another way. And if you find another way, please let me know in a comment, but I looked and I searched and I couldn't find another way. So we're gonna hit Shift Command 4. I'm on a Mac. I'm gonna just select all this and do a screenshot of as much as I can. And then like literally I'm gonna zoom down, and then we're gonna do Shift Command 4. Just get that sidebar out of there. Come on, I don't want that sidebar in there. Shift Command 4, let's go ahead and get this, because I didn't want to make my image super small to do the screenshot, okay? And then there we go, Shift Command 4, we can do this again. I know, this is like, who wants to actually do this in Photoshop? But that's kind of the deal. But then you can go up here to File, and then you can go down to, you can go to Automate, and you can go to Photo Merge. There we go. Where we go, Photo Merge, here we go. And then you can click on Auto. There we go. We're going to hit Browse, and then I'm just going to go to my desktop, and I'm just going to click on these screenshots that I made. Okay, I made 3 of those. Shift click them all, hit Open, hit OK. Okay, and then it's going to merge. It's going to just take a second, but it's going to merge all 3 of these images, and then you get an actual high resolution version of your crazy cool colored file. And then like I could just, crop it in just a tiny bit, and there you go. And then you still have, I'll hit F for full screen. You still have now this version with your crazy, because I think it's a cool effect. Like, and there's really no other ways you can do this in Photoshop. So saving it, yes, is a little bit of a pain. I will admit that for sure. But then now I can just go and, go to File, Export, and then Export As, and then you're gonna see it's just gonna, it's gonna export as whatever you want. I can do it as a PNG or a JPEG, because it's literally, I took 3 screenshots, photo merged them back together, and then I can export this out, and I could just put this on my desktop or whatever you want. It's gonna save it out like as a panorama. But then let's just go back to our Finder window, and you can see This is what it tried to save out with the, with the non-hack. And then this JPEG is what we were actually able to save out. So if you did like this color effect, and you want to save it out and still have high definition, you just got to zoom in, take a bunch of screenshots, photo merge it back together. I know, a little bit annoying, but sometimes that's the only way to get things done. I wanted to provide you with that because I'm like, if you went to go save this and you do like your images and you're like, why doesn't it work? This is a workaround, but it does work. On the other hand, with the image, the clouds that we put into the buildings, that's just a totally regular PSD, so you can save that out totally regular. It's only the color effect one that you have to do this special workaround. Just a heads up on that. Thanks so much for watching today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Give us a big thumbs up if you did. And let me know in a comment right down below what you would like to learn next. I'd love to know. And if you want to get more advanced Photoshop, photography, Lightroom tutorials, check out Phlearn Pro. We got an exclusive discount for you. Just click on the link right down below. Thanks again. I'll Phlearn you later. Bye everyone.